What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, June 2nd at around 7:45 p.m. Time for a market analysis and trade setups video. So it's a short trading week because of Memorial Day. We are approaching the highs on the SPY, so very interesting setup here. Near the recent highs on the SPY, and we've had some two-sided action, but we've continued to go higher here on Thursday. It'll be interesting to see where it ends up on Friday. We do have a low volume situation, lower volume than the highs that we hit earlier. So interesting there. Both these high situations back in November and December, we're hitting kind of this looks like lower volume, so it'll be interesting to see where we move from here if we can manage to break above and break out. One of the things that is going to make it a little bit harder would be the dollar index. So the dollar index is kind of hovering right now at in this kind of 2475 area. So as long as it goes sideways, it may be a little difficult for us to reach new all-time highs. If it drops lower, it will make it easier. But what that will also do will have a large effect on gold. So gold basically treading water here, in spite of the fact that we're reaching these highs really at the low of the channel, trying to form a bottom. We'll see if it's able to do that. If not, we could see lower prices. If it's able to form a bottom, it'll probably go back up to the middle of this other channel, this consolidation channel, which probably somewhere around in the 118 area. Looking at oil, so oil is consolidating, looks similar to the dollar actually, which is interesting because it's generally going to trade a little bit inverse of the dollar because it's a commodity, so that's priced in dollars. But it's staying above the 200-day moving average. Again, two-sided action similar to the SPY. It is trending a little bit down, whereas the SPY is trending up, but it's staying above its 200-day moving average. So it is continuing to be constructive here at the moment. And looking at Apple, so Apple, after hitting that $100 psychological level, which I talked about in some of my earlier videos, it's going back down, hit the low of the gap here today, went lower, and then came back to close on that. So it'll be obviously, again, two-sided action, but this looks bearish to me. It's probably going to go back and retest this 95 area, and if it does, it'll be interesting to see. That's where the true test will be. So it did break down on the 12th of May on volume. And then right after that, we had the Warren Buffett kind of Berkshire Hathaway news, which helped propel the stock along with the market rally. So it'll be interesting to see when it gets down there if it's able to do that again. If not, it'll probably break through 100 and fill this gap here. However, I would expect that we would need to see new all-time highs on the SPY and a pretty bullish uptrend for that in order to happen. At this point, it looks like it wants to go back to 95 and at least retest those levels and see where support is. So there's a lot of trade setups for the 3rd, for June 3rd, most of them ending on the 17th. One that's ending on the July 1st is PBYI, so Puma Biotech. So this is a short trade, actually, not a long trade. We see kind of this uptrend, this short uptrend off of this very long-term downtrend, and so we're at a level where it looks like it wants to reverse. So there's two ways you can play this. Tomorrow, the next trading day, you could just enter it, or you could wait for a reversal. Excuse me. You can wait for a reversal candle. It made me laugh. You could wait for a reversal candle on here, a lower low, and before you enter a short trade. But this is looking for July 1st. So the good thing is, while we're at this channel highs kind of here on the SPY, short trades could be welcome. That's another thing. I mean, you can use different levels of aggressiveness. You could wait and say, look for a doji and then a lower low on the SPY and take that as your entry short, and then get into PBYI. But this, if the market does turn around here, this could be a good entry point for a short trade. The other one is Shack. So similar situation here. I actually like this one a little bit better because we've got a lot of resistance. So it does look like it could possibly have broken through resistance, but we'll have to wait. So I would wait on this until tomorrow, see how it performs, see if it could pop up and then get sold down. If it does, then that's a sign that you can enter the short trade. But basically, you're entering it short, or you're using options. This is for the June 17th options. So this is a very short-term trade, and basically you would just say that it's this short area back into this support area down here, starting at something like 34.75, something like that. 34.75. Close at 38.37. So you'd want to see some kind of resistance and higher volume come in. If you don't see sellers come in, then you just pass on this trade. So then there's a lot of long trades that I'm going to go through pretty quickly here at this point. But again, I would be careful with long trades just because this is a short week. We did see low volume, and we were at the top of the range. So we might want to wait. This is the summer, so generally things are a little bit range driven and choppy, but that's just my personal opinion. The strategies are the strategies, and they're back tested to be profitable. So with that being said, RY, this is a 6/17 expiration for tomorrow. You'd enter on the close of tomorrow, like all the rest of these trades. Bouncing off the 50-day looks good. A little bit of room before you hit resistance, so that's looking good. CNQ, this independent oil and gas, again bouncing off the 50-day, looks good. AFLAC, kind of rising consolidation here. This could be good for a breakout play. It is a little bit higher off of the support area, and it's an upwards consolidation, so that could be worrisome, but that's there nonetheless. Dow Chemical, again consolidation period, and it's got support underneath of it, so could move on to higher highs. Hess, respecting the 50-day moving average, got a little uptrend there, and it's a little bit of a trough, so could get some gains out of that. TD Bank, same thing, 50-day, respecting 50-day moving average. BMO, Bank of Montreal, this one is really testing the 50-day. So far it's above it, but this is also one of a greater risk reward, because it could go back up to the top of this area. And then PTC, I'm not that familiar with this company, but obviously gapped up, filled the gap, and looks like it wants to go higher. This is a breakout trade off of consolidation. And CPG, also another consolidation, similar to the other oil and gas stocks. So with all that being said, great luck, God bless, and good trading. Thanks.